Why don't you just eat the other chip right now, please? Just to make
No,
up
fucking me! You son of a bitch!
to make up for
Get
your
off
burger
my fucking
scam.
computer right the fuck now!
To make
Goodbye!
to make up for your burger scam.
Lights out!
To make up
Lights
for your
out.
burger
Goodbye.
scam. The light doesn't have that much effect anymore. Now that it's still daylight, turning the light off means nothing. How about to make up for your burger scam? You know you can do it. I think people are legitimately impressed in how you handled that.
My computer, that's what I can do!
Nah, you're not gonna do that.
I'm computer!
Just have the other chip, please.
Restart the computer! Good night!
Perry, I will give you a big hug and let you stare at my crotch if you will grind up the hot chip and put it in your eye and rub it all over your crack.
Alright.
What the fuck?
You can grind up the chip and put it in your eye if you want, instead of eating it. Just eat the other chip, please. Let's get the other chip. Let's get the other chip.
Good night!
And you can make up for all your
Restart
scams.
the computer right the fuck now!
Well, it's good to make up for your scams.
Restart!
You're not allowed to. No, you're not allowed to do that. If you do that, the other deal is off. Just eat the other chip. Eat the other chip.
Not gonna fucking happen in any way, shape, or form! Restart!
Perry, I think you should eat the other chip. Let's eat the other chip.
If it's not a fucking $1,000, I'll eat the other fucking chip! You son of a bitch!
I think we can arrange that. Come on, let's just get the other chip. Let's just get the other chip, please.
Good night! I'm
No.
shutting the computer down, fuck you!
No, you're not. Hey, don't say F you to me. That's rude. That's rude.
We're not gonna have that other chip, you bastard!
But
Good
that's...
night!
Perry, come on. Seriously.
Restart right now! Goodbye!
Perry, come on. Oh, there he goes. Thanks, guys. All right. Thanks for the whole. Thanks for hanging out the whole day. I think we got to go to 12 permanently on Sundays. I don't know how everybody else feels about that. He did satisfy the offer, though, so there's no chip scam. He did. He ate the half, and then he had a little more after he downed it. So he did. He did satisfy that. But I don't think this Wednesday. I think this Wednesday is going to be business as usual. 5 p.m. Pacific start. But I think next Wednesday, the Wednesday after, we'll try an early Wednesday stream. And I know some people like that, some people don't like that. But I think we're going to do almost like an 11 a.m. West Coast stream. I see somebody sent in a comment just now. Obviously, Perry's not here anymore, so that'll play first thing on Wednesday, if that's cool with you. But yeah, and then Friday, I'm getting the feeling that Friday might be too late for him. So Friday might be retooled. Maybe not a 6 p.m. Pacific start, but maybe a 5 p.m. or even a 4 p.m. Pacific start. We'll figure it out. I just feel like, as much as I try to say that he needs to adjust his schedule, I just feel like I'm fighting a losing battle. So, so hang on. If you guys don't mind, I gotta take a call. Hello?
You're a bastard.
Why am I a bastard?
Eat the other chip? Make me eat a second part of the first chip?
Well, you scammed the first one.
Bastard, don't fucking scam my ass.
You did, Perry, because...
That fucking thing is deadlier than shit.
Oh, you're lying. You sound just fine to me. But what happened was I told you you couldn't immediately take the drink, and I said stop. I was telling you, I was like stop. Stop with.
Yeah, sure.
And you didn't, and you ignored me, and then you took the drink anyway, and that made it a chip scam, officially a chip scam. So, what I asked you to do to make up.
Yeah. I hate your thoughts, and I hate the way you talk to me.
Oh, you hate the Perry? Perry.
Officially, a chip scam. Forget it. There's nothing. That shit is never gonna happen again.
Well, it was a chip scam, but you made up for it. You made up.
Yeah, the other half of the chip.
You ate the other.
You want me to eat the second chip? Forget it.
I just thought you could do that just to satisfy.
Fucking really make my fucking insides blow up.
No, just because the burger scam and all the other scams. So
That scam, you fucking moron!
the burger scam where you swore that there were 2 burgers when we found out there were 3. Okay.
You fucking braindead douchebag! Did you forget how the headache, you fuck?
Yeah, I didn't forget, Perry, but when you have a memory problem, you're not so definitive about what happened, like I said. You were absolutely adamant that there were 2. See, the memory problem excuse loses steam when you scream and yell that, no, there were 2 burgers, there were 2 burgers. A memory problem person would be like, you know what, I do have a memory problem, so I don't remember. It could be 3.
You know what? Because of my memory problem and because I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore in my life, and I really don't care about this stupid. What are we talking about again?
Never mind. You did a good job today, Perry, for the most part. By the way, did you like the noon start? Did that work for you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And you know what? I'm still fucking fired up. Oh my god, bullshit!
All right, so why don't we, instead of doing the other chip, why don't we do another hour? Why don't you come back on?
Good night.
All right.
Bye.
I'll talk to you later.
Fucking nut.
Bye. Oh, well. I tried. Anyway, like I said, so 12 noon, probably permanent for Sundays, and then Wednesday we can do, we can fluctuate Wednesdays, but the next Wednesday, I think we'll do we'll test run it. It's a wild card Wednesday. So the Wednesday after this coming Wednesday, maybe at an 11 a.m. start, and then I'll figure out Friday. But I thought he was pretty good the entire show. I mean, this is the right length, too. You don't want to go, I joked around that we'd go another hour, but I think 4 to 5 hours is really the cap. Once you get past that, he starts, losing steam a bit. So, yes, I do have the Back in Black ringtone just for him. That's when that phone rings, I know exactly who it is. And believe me, I've heard that Back in Black many, many times throughout any given day. But I'm glad this worked out for most people. And he can't complain that it's late or he's got to go to bed or whatever. He's got the whole night. What time is it on the West Coast now? What time is it here? Oh, it's like not even 5 o'clock there. So, easy. How much to smash his clock? Believe me, I've wanted to. Whenever you see his eyes darting off to the side, he's looking at his clock. That drives me crazy. That's the... do a stream from the Middle East. Maybe we can work on that. Okay, cool. Thank you. And Joe Frido says, does anybody have any idea for a bit if I ever get a Perry call? Well, yeah, just submit your number. There's a lot of first-time callers today. Which we like. There's a lot of people that there was a guy. I don't think it was the same guy that called. In fact, I'm sure it wasn't. There's a guy who called me from not called me. The guy emailed me from England. I guess yesterday, and gave me a very nice email, a very nice long email about the stream and everything, and how much it's meant to him, and to hopes that PCL continues and stuff like that. Really very very nice, and I always like getting feedback like that. But he said, he's like, I want to give my number for a call, but I'm shy and I'm too nervous, and I don't want to ruin the stream. You're not going to ruin the stream. Worst case scenario, he hangs up on you. So just throw it out there. If you're a subscriber, you're entitled to a phone call on Sundays, and we favor the first time callers. Belushi Sushi, I was catching up on a stream the other day, and Tom was saying we're wrapping up now, Perry, and he died laughing when it went ahead in the timeline 2 hours. I know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes I just flat out say we're wrapping up just to keep him in tow, just to kind of so he doesn't rage out and shut his computer down like he did tonight. So sometimes I'll say we're wrapping up when I know for a fact that there's at least another hour. But tonight was fine. I think I tried to keep I tried to run a tight ship today, where I tried to balance the calls with the comments, because sometimes we fall really behind on the comments. I felt like we kept up pretty well, but again, it's a hard balance. And yeah, Hannah says it right. I see sometimes in the chat that people write in, hey, this is boring, hang up on this guy. Don't pay attention to those comments. If you're doing your call, you're doing your thing. Don't worry about the feedback in the chat. The chat can be very aggressive in the moment, like, oh, where's this going? Or, you do your own thing, and Perry will be the ultimate judge, and the reaction you get from Perry will be the ultimate judge on, how good your call was. And I thought all of them was good. All of the calls were great today. All of them. They were really fantastic. So yeah, Liz says it right. We're all waiting for your call, Hannah. So one of these days we'll get your call in there. And I agree. Belushi Sushi says he had good energy all day. I think the noon start helped with that. And I think really cracking the code instead of trying to get him on my schedule, I might have to bite the bullet and get on his for certain times. And for instance, doing a Wednesday day stream is not that convenient for me. So I'd have to table other work for later or whatever, but I'll do it if it means that he's got that good energy, and he had it for pretty much the entire stream tonight. So if for instance, if this stream started at 6 or 5 Pacific, it'd be a very different story. So and if you can't catch it live, you can catch it later. Oh, Green's glasses. My call was respectful. Well, I think Perry wanted to check on how you were doing. Your call wasn't supposed to be anything but a nice, warm, lovable call. Curtis was a great call today, by the way. Great, that was great. I really, I know you can't see me on this end, but when you were on that call, I was beaming from ear to ear with Curtis's call. It was great, and I appreciated the sentiment, even if it flew over Perry's head like a like a Tomahawk jet, but I got it. It was great. I don't think it could have gone better, actually. That you're being too hard on yourself. It was really good. But yeah, get your call. By the way, you can plan your call, or you cannot plan your call, or you can wing it. It's up to you. It's your call. Don't let other people influence you, or don't feel pressured or judged or anything like that. I'm not doing that on my end. By the way, the weather here. Somebody asked how's the weather's fine. It stopped raining about 2 hours ago, so it's fine. No issues whatsoever. I probably didn't need to start it early, but I'm glad I did. Actually, I'm glad I did. I adjusted my day earlier, and it was fine. I think it worked out for the better. So I think I'm going to make 12 p.m. a solid 12 p.m. Pacific as the go-to start. And I did, as I said earlier in the stream, I got a ton of messages on Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and a couple of emails, and so did Joey. Joey can back me up on this too. Loads of fans in the UK and Ireland Well, I had one from Ireland, and 4 people from the UK messaged me saying they loved the 12 noon start time and the fact that they can now watch it live, and they planned their whole night around it. They were super excited because normally they can't do that. So that's awesome that the UK was able to watch it live. And Curtis says he feels like what it's like to be me. I feel like that's the case with certain calls when Perry's like talking over the other person, or they're not, or Perry's not listening to a certain thing. I do get that thing in the back of my head, like, now you know how I feel sometimes. It does give you that side of it where, you got to get certain information out and he just wants to railroad over you, or, goes over his head or under his head or whatever. But I thought you were great, really great. I thought it was fantastic. Every call was great. Today it was really good, and it was well timed. And I love Tony Hawk. I love Tony Hawk today. Tony Hawk was great. Really good stuff. TomB likes to get his porno hub done. I don't do porno hub, but and I could never do it anyway. It was like, oh, this is what Perry does. But yeah, and I like, this is good for me too, because it's like getting off at a reasonable time. I can have dinner now. I don't have to, do anything crazy. And it's still light out here in New York, which is very strange to get off a stream when it's still. How do you feel, Joey? Because I know Joey's in Florida. He's on the East Coast too. Like, how does it feel ending a stream before 8 p.m.? I don't think we've done that in quite some time. It feels strange, right? It definitely feels strange to me. Is RedTube still around? I didn't know. I haven't heard the term RedTube in a long time. That's a good question. I don't know. I think Perry, I don't know if he's going to eat dinner or whatever. We'll see. Oh, yeah, he had that burger. I don't know. The world is his oyster. It's so early. Maybe he'll take a nap. Who knows? How did I get hooked up with that ape? It's a very long story. I'll get into another time, maybe. But it's a long story. It's confusing. I've known Perry for a long time, almost 20. I really have. It's coming up on 20 years, just about, since I've known him, and like talking back and forth, and it actually went back to MySpace, but working with him came later. Oh, good, Joey. If you're happy, I'm happy, because I know you got stuff to take care of and everything. So, yeah, it does feel good. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself tonight. I had a disastrous, not well, semi-disastrous thing. I got this. I got this new grill that I've talked about. And I finally put it together and everything. It was mostly assembled, but there was other things you had to put together, and it requires power, so I had to plug it in and everything. And the first cook on the grill, I bought this really nice tomahawk ribeye, really nice. I sent it to Joey. He can confirm how it looked, and I sent it to Robert, and I was like, "Hey, getting ready for this," and then it just started pouring rain. But I had already seasoned it. I was all ready. So I plowed through it with an umbrella, but it was rough going. The steak was still great, but the grilling part was kind of marred by that. So I got to do a take 2 on that grill thing, because it just started pouring rain. It was bad planning on me. I didn't know it was going to rain last night. So it started raining around 7. The George Foreman. I got to find the bit where Perry was talking to me about cooking a tomahawk ribeye on the George Foreman grill. It really is quite something to listen to. And I wasn't kidding earlier when I said I really want to get some of the key things, like Perry greatest hits of like him calling my mom the C word and a couple other things, animated and put it up on YouTube, because people are always asking me like where they can find that stuff, so I'll make it easy. But yeah, so I did that, and then I did the steak, and then the sides, because we were talking about sides the other night. I ended up doing Brussels sprouts broiled in a little bit of bacon fat and olive oil, which was phenomenal, seasoned with some kosher salt. And I did cream of spinach, because I just didn't feel like going through the whole thing of like mashed potatoes. Plus, I'm not big on mashed potatoes in the summer. Not huge on that. But yeah, it's funny, because somebody says tomahawk ribeye is God's steak. I've gone back and forth on this with the tomahawk ribeye, and it's an expensive steak. It's something you treat yourself to every now and again. I thought to break in a new grill, it was time, a little bit of a treat. But I've had this conversation with other people that know steak, and they say there's no difference between a tomahawk ribeye and a regular like cowboy ribeye, whatever. It's just the bone cut off. And I've kind of always said, no, the tomahawk ribeye is definitely different. It's definitely, especially you get a really aged one. And I think it's bad. Like this thing, even though I had to take it off the grill a little earlier than I would have liked, but and I had this infrared burner on it that's supposed to get a really good sear, but and I'm telling you, it was pouring. So I had an umbrella out covering the sear station, and the smoke was going right in my face. I was getting soaked because the umbrella was over the grill and not me. And then I had to cover the the steak. It was like a Marx Brothers routine. And and then I finished it. I put it in the broiler just a little bit when I got in, but it was phenomenal. And my opinion is the tomahawk ribeye is the king of all steaks. It really is. It's better than the regular cowboy ribeye. Now, is it because they don't cut the bone? I don't know. I don't know enough about steak to know. But I've had this debate with people where they say, "Oh, tomahawk ribeye, you're just paying for the look. You're just paying for the fact that it's extra long, the bone. It's gimmicky." I don't think so. I don't think it's gimmicky. I don't think it's. Thing. And Gary says the popcorn. Yeah, the popcorn thing. Here's what I'd like to get animated, for sure. The thing with my mom. Somebody said who played my mom. I talked about that on the very first After Hours. You can find that on my YouTube channel. That's where I'm dumping After Hours. I don't want to put them on Perry's YouTube. But when I put YouTube stuff, the Perry Caravello Live on YouTube, I don't put After Hours on there. So I've decided to put that. But I did. I don't know why you'd want to hear After Hours when it's not live. I think it's more of a live thing where we're all here. But if you do want to hear an older After Hours, whatever, they're on my channel. If you go to like Tom Brennan on YouTube, you'll find there's a couple there now. But the very first After Hours that's on there, I believe I told the story who played my mom in that call. And I'm not going to say it every time, but if you want to go and check that out, that's where it is. Joe Frito asked that. And Chaz said he did that. Yeah, Brussels sprouts, by the way. Best way to cook Brussels sprouts, you want them kind of charred. And I always put them in a broiling pan. And I take some bacon grease, whatever, that's been stored. Put the bacon grease. You want the bacon grease to get to room temperature a little bit so it's not frozen, obviously. You scoop that out. You put that on the base. And then really it's just like salt, kosher salt, and pepper. And then I put olive oil on it, good olive oil, and then put it in a broiler for doesn't take long, maybe like 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, and it's comes out fantastic. That was the best. That was the second best thing, second to the steak. Really good. What kind of grill did I get? I got it's called a Napoleon grill, and the exact model I got was called the Prestige Pro. It's a company made in Canada. When I was looking up different grills, because I was originally going to get a Weber or something like that, but mine's the Napoleon Prestige Pro 665. It's the middle one in their lineup. They have a 500, which I felt was a tiny bit small. This one was a little bigger, and it lights up. There's an internal light. The knobs all have lights. There's no igniter. You just turn the knob and the gas goes on. That's cool. But again, I deserve to give it another run because it was pouring rain. But I'm very happy with it. there's a little scratch on the inside, stainless steel, which drives me crazy because I'm like OCD about that stuff. But other than that, it's fine. I just got to give it another thing. But it's the it's the heat from the infrared grill that goes above and beyond any charcoal grill, any gas grill, and that's what gives you the steakhouse kind of char that you really can't get elsewhere. It's the infrared searing station on the side that this grill had. That's what made me choose this grill, because infrared grills are, they get really expensive. This was a very nice grill that had this infrared searing option, and again, that gets up to like I think it's like 600, 800 degrees Fahrenheit. A regular gas grill tops out at like 700. So this thing gets incredibly hot. Again, the rain dampened that a little bit last night, but that's what gives you that steakhouse char. So you can get that on this grill. But anyway, I don't know how many people care about grill and steak talk, but we try to diversify with our after hours talk. But speaking of food, I probably do got to get dinner before it gets too late, and I'm sure Joey has to take care of business. So I will. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Regular start time on Wednesday, 5 p.m. But the Wednesday following, I think we do an early one. No, that's not a cat meowing. I think that's a neighbor's kid because they have the window open. It sounds like a cat. They do have a cat. I don't think it was the cat. That's not. I don't know. I don't own cat. I'm not a cat guy. I don't own cats. No, I'm not anti-cat guy. I'm not going to kill them or anything like that. But I'm not a cat guy. But Jarrett, we do not have a date for the Vegas show, but hopefully soon. Like I've said, we get on average between like 500 and 600 people per stream now with just Twitch. Sometimes a little over, sometimes a little under. I don't think it's quite enough of a fan base to get a whole venue. That would mean like every single person who watches would have to go, to Vegas. But no, I don't have a date, especially, the Delta stuff. And I got some stuff I got to take care of in September. So I don't have an exact date, but I'm working on it. It's on my brain, and I do want to do Vegas. I'm not just saying it. I do want to do it. So we will do that. But no, and the long answer to your question is we don't have a date yet. But yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday. Everybody have a great Sunday night, or if it's already late Sunday night, enjoy your Monday, and we will talk to you later. Yeah, it's the grill I got is it 3,500? I got a good deal on it. I didn't pay that. I'll tell you exactly how much I paid. I paid 2,700 with no tax. And I used my parents were nice enough to give me a little housewarming gift, so I used that towards it. But yeah, if it's 3,500 is too much for that model, unless they raised the price recently. I bought it a month ago. But yeah, I paid, and actually, I think it's called allaboutbarbecue.com is the site I used, and it was no tax, free shipping, so that saved a lot. So that was nice. Status of the tiki situation is it's getting worse and worse and worse. It's like it's literally falling apart. And I got to return a couple of emails. A couple of people that watched the stream who are lawyers had some legal advice that I have to I have to get an attorney, and it's probably going to be a whole thing. But I don't want this guy to go unscathed. I want to do something. And actually, West Most offered to sick Chris Hansen on him. So I might even take up on that. So no, Tiki scam is still in full effect. Unfortunately, I've had so many other things thrown at me lately that I haven't been able to put my full attention on it. But yeah, it's actually gotten worse in the 2 or 3 weeks since I've last mentioned it, if you can believe that. But anyway, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. I'm glad everybody enjoyed the stream. I thought this was a really good one. And thanks for everybody who participated with through the offers and calls. Huge shout out to Garrett for getting that clip, for satisfying the burger scam. Yeah, Liz, there will come a time where I am gonna unleash the PCL army on this fucking tiki scammer. Trust me. Yes, that's coming. Yeah, Tiki Scammer is going to get his, and he's so nasty too. I recorded my last call with him, and he actually tried to pull a scam on the call where he said, "Hey, I don't even know you. I don't know who this is." He tried to do that. Unbelievable. Hey, you want to end with watching the burger scam one more time, just because Garrett did such a great job on that. Let's check that out one more time. I'll kill Perry's cam here. Let's get a look at that burger scam full screen, just because Garrett was lightning quick, and the timing couldn't have been better with getting this clip up. So we'll end on this.
They sent me 2 sandwiches, quarter pounder.
We don't read receipts. We don't read receipts.
No, I read it when I want to know what's inside.
No, we open it to find out what's inside. It's a rule of the channel. Okay, we don't go by your personal rules. We go by the rules of the channel, and just tear that one off. They're both the same.
Let's open up this bag. And here's a Coke. Yuck. Soggy fries and another burger. I'm not eating all this.
Hey, can we see it, please? Perry, can we see it, please? Doesn't help us if it just sits in the bag. Somebody made the point to order that for you.
Soggy fries after sitting in the bag for as long as it does.
Fries is not something that can reheat. I've tried.
And another burger. I'm not eating 3 double quarter pounders.
Okay, you can save,
enough.
Perry, you can save those for tomorrow or Sunday. Well, really good job, Garrett, getting that to me as fast as you did, which definitively proved it. I really thought Perry was going to fight that and say that was like a videograph or something like that, which he didn't. Credit to him, he did own it. But yeah. So somebody, real quick, what's the Tiki Scammer? Because some people maybe don't know what I'm talking about. The long and the short of it is, I got a new house a few months ago, moved in. I thought, in the backyard, I always wanted to have like a tiki bar type thing. So it was a little tiki bar. Found this website that said they do custom tiki bars. Guy came over, measured and everything like that. There was a price that is very high. It was fucking really almost extortionate, and I didn't agree to it. Somebody else was kind of doing me a favor and helped me with it. And they built it in the backyard. It looked okay, but there was a lot of shortcuts taken. I took pictures and I sent it to a couple of people. Jesus has seen it. A couple other people have seen it. And there very quickly there were just problems. There was exposed nails in the back. The wood was warping. There's one of the corners, the right corner is like literally splitting apart. And there's just a lot of like exposed screws, and so he didn't pre-drill anything. By the way, not a licensed contractor, although he claimed he was. Didn't get a permit either, no permit, which you need a permit for that. And there's some other issues with it where it was just literally falling apart in places, like where it's warped. And anyway, there was a back and forth with this guy, and he was denying it, like, oh, that looks great. Oh, what about this wood? And I was sending him pictures. Oh, that's just wood. That's how wood is, And he's just, and he was avoiding it to the point where I finally got him on the phone, and he was he was telling me to go F myself, that I'm out of my mind, and then he tried to pretend that he didn't know me and that I have no proof that we had any contact. Of course, he doesn't know that I recorded that phone call. But the guy's a total jerk. So it's kind of sad because I really was looking forward to the tiki bar, and the frame of it looks nice, like the actual size is perfect, but it's just even the top of the bar. Like there's huge gaps in the wood. There should be like one piece of wood over the bar, like a bar would be. You can't. It's like not even level. Like the top of the bar is not even level. Like you could not rest a drink on it, And again, it's exposed nail screws in the back. Like I wanted shelving on it, right? And there was supposed to be like storage like built into it. Of course, he didn't do any of that. And at the very last minute, and I was dealing with a million other things when the guy was over there. Over here doing it, and I said, oh, what about the shelves? And then by the way, like I was getting internet installed that day. There was a ton of other things going on, as you do with like a new house, and they quickly tacked it on with like not even measured. Like this shelf is like kind of uneven. It's not even like a level, and it's just a bummer. It's just a bummer because what should be a nice thing was screwed up. So it's a tiki scam because the guy's a total con artist, and he won't own up to any accountability like somebody else we know. And even after sending pictures like, hey, can you come and fix this, da 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 da, like no, so there's a whole thing. And a couple of people that watch PCL and After Hours heard me talk about it, and they reached out with some advice, and I got to get back to them. But it looks like I'm probably going to have to get an attorney, which might end up costing more than the bar itself. And that's what these people hope for, is that they hope, because I actually said on the phone call, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll see you in court, which is such a cliche thing to say. I wish I would have chosen my words better. But I'll post some pictures in Discord if anybody's interested in exactly what I'm talking about. But he's like, good, take me, I don't care, because people like that, they want you to threaten a lawsuit, but they know most people are never going to go through with it because it's expensive to do a lawsuit. It's expensive, it's like the whole thing. And by the way, Liz says that you're going to Yelp the hell. Yeah, 0 reviews on Yelp, 0. So I think I would, and the pictures that this guy uses on the website, I think is bullshit, because he uses pictures where these things are like beautifully made. I think he took the pictures from somebody else. 0 reviews on on Yelp. So I think might have been his first customer. Unfortunately for me, but so I got to I got to figure out what my options are. There's a lot of things, and yes, I paid. So he was paid half upfront in cash, and then when he measured, and then other half on completion of the job in cash. So he just got out of Dodge quick. So. Yeah, and Hero says it right too. You can win the court case by collecting on the judgments and other things. So I don't know. I got to figure out what to do. It was we're talking like $5,000 here. And again, without getting too personal, like somebody was doing me a favor in setting this up. As I've said, I'm an obsessive researcher. I probably would have not landed on this guy, me personally, but the person who was helping me didn't do their diligent research, unfortunately, and I feel bad because they feel bad. Was he from Michigan? No, he's from New York. No. Yeah, I can reverse image search the image. There's going to be a point in time where I just like put this guy on blast, completely. Put like, here's his website, here's his Yelp. Have at it, I even told the guy that. The guy actually has a brother who's big on Twitch. Jesus knows who he is, because we joked about it back and forth. Like, he says the guy's the East Coast Brian Liberante, and his brother. It's not far off. Like, the guy. There's so many weird things about this guy. Like, he's in a cover band. I don't want to get too specific, but he's also in a cover band, a cheesy cover band, which is what he does for his normal gig, and then does this on the side, I guess. But Jesus can confirm the phone call. I sent him the phone call. He heard it, so he knows what kind of a scum this guy is. This guy's total trash. Total trash. And he is Italian, Liz. I'm sorry to say, he is Italian. He does your people no justice. But yeah, the guy. It's a bummer because I can't use it for anything. I probably got to take it down, because one of the options I have is to contact the town I'm in and say that there was no permit, and then they'll basically make me take it down. So it's it sucks, because you can't even use it. But Faster Blade, let me know. Yeah, I got a pretty good contractor with the house that he actually helped flip the house. So I've been using him for other things. But yeah, I wish again, if I can go back in time and course correct this. Again, I let somebody else kind of help me with it, and I shouldn't have. I should have been more authoritative with it. And a lot of the arrangements was done when I was in California at Perry's. It's supposed to be like a nice thing, and now it's turned out to be a nightmare. but yeah, you just said right. He's a piece of shit that took advantage of the situation in every way possible. So that's it. So for people that don't know, that's it. And yes, I'm definitely using it as a lesson, Chaz, because it is a lesson. And a lesson is, if you're getting work like that done, you got to vet these people. You got to thoroughly vet these people. So that's that's where it is. Long answer to the question. That's what the tiki bar thing is for those who don't know. And I still, like, maybe this week I'm gonna get back to some people that gave me some good advice. If anybody out there knows anything about like how to deal with shady contractors or whatever, please feel free to hit me up, because I still got to deal with it. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. It's just I've had so many other things on my plate that it's kind of had to go on the back burner a little bit, but it shouldn't. I shouldn't let it go. Was it Joe Matarese? No, the guy sounds like Joe Matarese though. He has that Joe Matarese voice. He was like, "Hey, go fuck yourself. I did that's a premium bar. Oh, you loved it at the time. Why didn't you say anything then? Fuck you." The guy's a total jerk. But yeah, Chaz, you want to come over and fix it? Come on down. We'll have a PCL party. Like I'll pull a Tom Sawyer on everybody and help. I'll pretend it's a party, but you guys are all coming over to help fix the bar. But I will serve drinks. Yeah, there's a cricket, Bobby. There's a cricket outside because now it's getting. Now we just lost the light, so yeah, there's a cricket outside. I had the window open for most of the screen, but I'll close it. Oh, excuse me, please. Sorry, see, I was just ready to get off. Hello?
I'm watching South Park.
Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm still doing after hours. What's up?
All right, I'm watching South Park, and they're announcing the word shit being allowed to say on TV.
That's on cable. At some points, you could say certain words, but you can't say it.
They're also using the F word on.
Well, look, let me just tell you something. South Park can get away with certain things because they are grandfathered in. You do not, and also South Park's on Comedy Central.
I'm not allowed.
Well, no, you could say you could say certain things, but don't use South Park as a general rule. Okay. Anyway.
All right.
By the way, you sound just fine to me. You could have easily done that second chip.
No, I couldn't. Fucking shit. See? You're funny. Bye.
All right. Enjoy South Park. Yeah, Perry's gotten into South Park recently. Ever since he did Adult Swim, he's heavy into Adult Swim, the channel, and he's heavy into South Park. He's a big South Park guy now. Perry, I think he just discovered it, so he's watching a lot of stuff. But anyway, I was gonna wrap up anyway, so that's that's it. And I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out after hours. But yeah. All right. Good night, guys. Good afternoon, really, to some people, but it's night here, so I'm going to say good night.